English and Spanish. So.
Oh, like mix, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
What's it, Spanglish?
Spanglish. Oh, we can do English and
No,
then
hombre,
Spanish.
como quiera.
Como
la
salga,
otra
como
vez,
salga.
como salga, que salga natural.
All right, well, welcome to another episode of Married.Mommy.Maestra. Bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Married.Mommy.Maestra.
Gracias.
Estamos aquí with Little Pot.
What's up, guys? It's been a blessing y gracias. Es un placer que me tengas otra vez. En serio.
You know, I actually visited here recently, and I was like, I'm gonna hit you up once I get started again. And so here we are.
Yeah, how's it been?
Whew, it's been a journey. I don't know if you've kept up with the new season, but I've been going through a lot of things in life, and so it took me a while to get season 2 started back up, but we're back up, and I'm booked until June, so
Congratulations.
thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah, okay, good for you. You know, part of the reason why I love to do this is that it's so hard to believe that everyone in life has a testing of some nature, right? Whether it be financial, whether it be spiritual, whether it be motivational. I think that's the beauty that sometimes we're given is life, right? Lately, I've been blessed to be able to be told a lot, congratulations, hey, mira, si se puede, todo eso. And that same testament, I want to tell you, thank you. Thank every single one of you, future, past, and present, that have definitely helped us in some fashion or other. When you came by, and as people continue to come by, this whole Little Pot dream,
Yes.
it stemmed from a dream, you know, and it's only here because of people like you and people like right now the shop's full. And,
It is full in here.
it's a blessing to like see it alive, you know. And earlier, just now, you know, people ask, how's it been? Hey, como, you know, it's been an amazing blessing. It's been testing at times. It's been, you know, when I was younger, people used to tell me like, hey man, take the loss or take the L. Bro, now that L is a lesson. Like that, I take lessons all day. You know, like they come in good and bad, but everything could be adaptable. Everything could be a new lesson. Everything could be growth.
Learning experience all the time.
Yeah, you know. So like, just like Little Pot, you know, it's hard to like. It's hard, man. Like. My family's working for me, you know, like that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my customers have become friends, and now like I mean, people want to replicate, right? And people want to like, I get all that. But I think that without true testing points in life, you can't really sit there and say that you want it bad enough, right? So through those testing times, just like you were saying, like, hey bro, season 2, what's up? So I'm all for prosperity, I'm all for growth, I'm all for development, I'm all for like opportunity. You can't feel it like from last time to this time. I'm just cranked up. You know what I mean? I'm ready, man. I'm ready. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and thank you for having me here. Like I knew for season 2, we talked like from the first episode that we did together. Next time,
hey,
somewhere
even
else.
more, bro, even more.
And here we are. You have
Thank
your
you.
location now.
Thank you.
Tienes una tienda.
Sí, es una bendición de que, gracias a Dios, se lo debo a Dios. Me ha dado la oportunidad en realidad de Él, lo que Él nos ha dado cada día. Si no creen en Dios, no los juzgo, ¿verdad? Pero no creo que lo que yo tenga que ser o decir les resigne. Porque yo sí tengo muchísima fe en Dios, le debo todo a Él, ¿verdad? Yo creo que desde la última vez que me viste ahora, muchos me han dicho que, hey, wow, todo eso pasó, todo esto, todo lo otro. Gracias, sinceramente gracias a todos ustedes. Todos los que han creído en mí, todos los que me siguen echando ganas, todos los que me apoyan, a toda mi bella familia y amigos. No hay nada en este mundo de que no les puedo decir que me han llegado a estar en este momento. Pero creo que lo más importante también es que cuando Dios nos da una oportunidad de ver en realidad la bendición que nos da a nosotros, ¿verdad? No a lo que queremos tener o no a lo que quisiéramos tener, pero lo que nos ha dado hoy. El momento que yo realicé, personalmente, que yo realicé que Dios me dio la habilidad de levantarme hoy. Hoy tengo comida para comer, hoy tengo un techo para ir a dormir, hoy tengo una bella familia que me está esperando. Todas esas cosas, si Dios me quita una de esas cosas, todo mi mundo se va a fracasar.
Yeah.
Entonces, si hoy me los dan, hey man, pues qué chingarle, que darle, echarle ganas, hay que ver que Dios nos ha dado para seguir adelante. Y para mí, yo constantemente me recuerdo esas lecciones, trato de siquiera ver lo bello en el mundo y de lo que nos ha dado, porque no quiero que nada, quiero que me dé más, me da bendiciones y más oportunidades de ayudar a los demás y más oportunidades to just help. ¿Verdad? No sé qué más, para mí ahorita no hay otra forma más bella de ayudar a otra persona para que ellos, si yo les puedo ayudar un poquito, para que ellos realicen su sueño y su meta y su sed, a eso es todo.
Yeah. And that's what you told me when I was like, hey, let's do another episode. You were like, anything to support the dream.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I'm here, man. I'm all for it. I think it's a blessing. So yeah. All right, what you got?
Okay, well, since we're on that topic, one of the questions was like, how do you keep your faith from like wavering? You're so like.
Man, thank you. I mean, to be fair, we're all human, right? And we go through testing points, I think, daily. I myself have gone through my own journey of testing, and I think whenever you look at good and bad, or you look at good days and bad days, right? I think that it's easy for people to have faith when things go to shit. You know, when everything's wrong, when you can't do this, when you can't do that, when doors get closed, when people steal your ideas. It doesn't matter, right? Whatever negative thing that you felt in that moment that you're like, why me, right? That's easy to not have. Okay. Like, that's easy to be like, bro, why is all this happening?
Why?
Right? That magical word that if you knew everything, right, everything would be solved. I think now, as I've over the time that we've last met, every day I try to self-grow in some form of fashion. I always go back to faith. Like it never steers from it. I think at my root, when things for me tend to really hit back, I really try to just sit there and take a second and see like what's the lesson in this? Why would God put me in this situation, right? And God, in my particular expressed opinion and belief, I feel like God, there's a beautiful quote that I'm sure we've all heard, and it's God didn't bring me this far to leave you here, right? Or God didn't do this because He didn't think that you could handle it, right? Those are cool sayings when things are going right. Yeah. Those are cool sayings whenever you have done it, right? You have gone through shit, and you're like, yeah, look,
I already got through
it. Yeah, God got me there. Okay, cool. But when you're going through it,
yeah, the actual journey.
Yeah, I think that's the opportunity that we're given that most people don't tend to see. I don't know everything. I don't think I go through like anything different than others. They might be in different ways, right? But I think that in my opinion, in order to keep, what helps me keep faith is that God really has never let me down. Every time I've asked for whatever I've asked for, He has done it. It might not have been in my timing. Yeah. It might not have been in my way. It might not have been in the way that I planned it out. But if you look years back, you're like, oh shit, man, like He did do that. And that's for everyone, not just me.
Yeah.
You know, like, si estás allí, donde quiera que estén, en inglés hay un dicho que dice, no reniegues por lo que a un día le pediste a Dios. ¿Verdad? Y en inglés se dice, don't complain for something you prayed for. Todos llega el momento donde en realidad renegar es, no, es natural, ¿verdad? Entonces, la negatividad en este mundo existe. Hay odio, hay envidia, de todas esas formas hay, nosotros sabemos que está allí, pero cuando nosotros lo hacemos, ahí nadie ve, ¿verdad? Ahí Dios no existe y no sé qué. Creo que eso es como te digo, esos son los momentos donde hay es la oportunidad de crecer. Si sabes que eso está mal o si sabes que algo pasó, no aprendes, pues ahí qué pasó. Lo que va a pasar es otra lección. Y otra hasta que Dios te diga, ok, ¿ya aprendiste? Y, ok, pues no, ya aprendí, ya, por favor, a la siguiente lección. ¿Verdad? Ya, ahora sí. Y a mí eso es lo que me ayuda. Creo que cuando yo, a veces, yo siento que Diosito me está dando una lección y luego la repito, y la repito, y la repito. Ahora ya estoy más consciente en que cuando ya lo siento por la segunda vez, pongo atención, ¿verdad? Digo, wow, ya no quiero que pase esto otra vez. ¿Qué hice yo? ¿Qué pasé? Que yo puedo adaptar, cambiar, porque en realidad creo que lo fácil es tener fe, ¿verdad? Pero creo que lo bonito de la relación que uno tiene que entender con fe es que esa es única, no es mía, no es tuya, no es de nadie, ¿verdad? Tú solo, si en realidad tienes fe, deberías de expressarlo, show it, take a second to yourself and just talk to it, just be like, hey man, like, at least for me, I believe in God, and I talk to that dude every day too. I talked to him before I got on this thing, like
Don't let anything go wrong.
No, hombre, it was more about like I hope that he takes care of you and that he takes care of everyone that's watching today in their own fashion ways, what everyone's going through. I hope that and pray that everyone's taken care of,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, bro, you're good.
Look, we could use all the prayers right now.
Yes, we could. There's like the.
So I guess that kind of leads into the next one is how do you push through that fear? Your
like fear. So I'm a high risk personality, right? So I love risk. I thrive in risk. If you were to tell me let's just jump off a plane, I'd be down.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's my natural personality, right? So when you ask about fear, I look at fear in a different way. If you can already tell, ustedes también, a mí me gustan los quotes.
Yeah.
Me gusta recordar en cómo yo me gusta notar las oportunidades que tenemos, ¿verdad? Para crecer. Fear is unique in the sense that there's a quote that I like that says, fear is the opportunity to let you know that you're doing something worth living for. So you can get that little goosebump, obviously there's different kinds of fear, right?
Yeah.
I got used to it now. Like if you were to tell me like, so I get asked constantly like, hey man, how do you turn off the brain at night? That is what I suffer for. My brain runs on all day
24/7.
Yeah, sometimes whenever you want to disconnect, that to me is hard. I have the fear of feeling complacent. I have the fear of not following through for my loved ones and the people that do believe in me. I have the fear that even though I came, to do this amazing thing in my eyes, that it won't be received that way. I have a fear that everything will be taken away. I have a fear constantly of different things, right? I have a fear that, I don't know, man, like just that life won't be what I expected to be in the fashion that I did, but I'm learning more now that without that fear, when we went through the pandemic, right?
Yes.
Fear was showcased in a healthy kind of way, like you're about to die, there's this whole scared tactic, depending on what side you believe in, like, we went from shaking people's hands to like, hey,
Stay with
yeah,
me.
and then going into society after that was difficult, I think fear can either really harm you in the sense of like it's gonna now cripple you from moving forward, right? Because now you're just so scared that you won't get out of that comfort zone to do whatever you feel that you're fearful of. My fears can be completely different than others, and based on their perspective, a lot of times those people might give advice to do something differently. Like we all have those people that say, "Oh, if I was you, la 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 la."
I would do it like this.
Right. But truth be told, if you tell me, oh, pues, you go do it. I'll do everything you tell me to do, step by step, with these repercussions. Tell me what to do. No, pues sabes que, espérame, porque that's your business, that's your life, that's this, you're this. Yeah, the reason being is that we're all very opinionated people, but when it comes down doing what you feel right or wrong, there's that little like extra heartbeat, no? Que te espérate. What if, right? That what if, man, that thing is scary too, right? Everything that follows to that thing could go one way or another, but how about using that fear in the other way? Using it as a sense of reminding yourself that you have something to live for. If this goes away, what happens? You're still gonna do it either way. One way or another, you're gonna have to face your fears and do it, right?
Yeah.
I think it's cool, the sayings that people say, like échale ganas and you got this, y no tengas miedo. The worst that could happen is no one gives a shit. Like, okay, cool, bro. Realistically speaking, the worst that could happen is that you're just back to square one. And whatever it is.
Yeah, start over.
Right. You asked earlier if how do I keep my faith and so forth, right? God reminds me every day, whether there's people in here that come in here for health reasons, whether there's people that come in here for cancer treatments, whether there's people that come in here for recreational reasons, whether people come in here for depression, anxiety, you name it, right? It's our goal and our method to make sure that when people come in here and get a little pot, that they leave happy, right? But that's also something that we try to take for ourselves. Everyone involved, from my family to, Jose and everyone I'm part of the team now, the core to this place that separates it from everyone else is that we believe that we all deserve a good, just a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're fearful so much more than seeing the positive in what might also happen, I think that the beauty of it is that you can really just go. You can have faith and like, okay, cool, man. Like God's got, at least for me, God's got me. Let's see what happens. My intentions are pure. Let's see what's up, right? Our intentions to help everyone. Let's go, right? If this other thing or tangent occurs from those people have to face God, not me.
Yeah.
And my intentions are good. What you decided to do, that's on you, man. I can't control that. That's helped me a lot. Overcoming my fears in terms of really just that from me and my self-doubt and my just lack of confidence sometimes, right? So like for me, I think what helps me is that I tend to when I get fearful, I just look up at God and I'm like, hey man, like guide me. Like tell me what to do. Show me in one way or another, like is this a good decision for me and my family? And if it's not, please show me that. And that helps a lot. No, pues si es estamos hablando sobre de tener miedo, ¿verdad? Y cuando pega miedo a veces es normal de que uno diga, pero espérame, si pierdo todo, si me pasa esto, ¿qué voy a hacer? ¿Qué van a pensar? Y la realidad es que a nadie le va a importar. A veces soy cruel y a veces soy no justo, ¿verdad? Porque tú dices, ¿cómo que nadie me quiere, nadie le preocupa lo que me pase o le importe? Pero la realidad es de que todos vivimos nuestra vida, no todos tenemos nuestros problemas, todos tenemos nuestras preocupaciones para seguir adelante, ¿verdad? Y cuando algo pasa, por ejemplo, el ejemplo que a mí me gusta usar es, ahorita en este momento todos estamos aquí, ¿verdad? Y sabemos que algo pase. En realidad lo que va a pasar es que todos nos vamos a sentir mal por lo que pasó. Pero si no nos afectó a nosotros directamente, no, pues ok, no, que les vaya bien. Ok, pues en ese momento cuando le esté pasando algo a alguien, llegue y pegue miedo, o pegue duda, o pegue algo que haga que la ansiedad pegue. A mí me gusta siempre decirle que otra vez seguir teniendo fe en Dios, ¿verdad? Y eso es mi opinión personal, y no es de que soy fácil, pero es de que si Dios te está enseñando esta lección, aunque no sea lo que tú pensaste que sea, eso es algo que te tiene que enseñar. Si no, si te da miedo, vamos a decir por algo bello, vamos a decir que tengas miedo o duda de que quieras hacer algo, una meta, algo para ti, ¿verdad? Quieras crecer. No miedo en el sentido de que te vayan a hacer daño, ¿verdad? Pero miedo en algo que tú quieras triunfar. Ese miedo creo que es bello. Ese bello le está recordando, Dios te está dando una oportunidad de ver, esto es nuevo, esto es vida, esto es algo que te hace sudar poquito, que te hace ver, ok, lo voy a hacer o no lo voy a hacer. No, pues vamos a decir que si todo cae mal, si todo sale mal, si me voy, pierdo todo mi dinero, toda mi familia me dice que no puedo, que me dejen, ¿verdad? Vamos a decir que pase todo eso. En un año después, Dios te enseñe por qué no era la mejor idea de que tuvieras a esa persona contigo en tu triunfado. Vamos a decir que no te hizo que estuvieras ahorita este momento para realizar la importancia del dinero, porque si te lo da todo y luego lo pierdes, ¿para qué te lo dio? Vamos a decir que ahorita te está enseñando ahorita a tener paciencia, porque si te da lo que me estás pidiendo o lo que le estás pidiendo, no lo vas a poder apreciar, ¿verdad? Si no tienes, en mi opinión, Dios nos da ciertas oportunidades y miedo es lo que yo pienso es la reacción bonita para que digas, wow, espérate, ¿a qué le tengo miedo? ¿Tengo miedo que algo me pase? No, ¿verdad? Pues yo tengo fe en Dios. O le tienes miedo que no puedas hacer la meta, que tengas miedo que vayas a fracasar, que tengas miedo de que te vayan a juzgar. Si esas son tus dudas, dale gas, ¿verdad? Yeah. Dale, échale ganas, vas a aprender. Si no fracasas, no aprendes. Y si te van a hacer algo, no entres, pues, ¿para qué vas, verdad? Entonces, dale, échale ganas.
Well, that leads us into the next question, which is if someone's getting started on a new journey, such as you who opened like a new business, what would be the first step? Like, in your opinion, what should be the first thing that you do?
Oh man, from a business perspective?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the first advice that I would give anyone starting a business is to know if you really want to do this, whatever it is. If you really want to do that, you'll do it for free. And if you can't do that, you don't have a business. You don't have a dream, you just have a hobby. You have something that you think you like. You have something that you think you're passionate about. Something that you think you want to do. Right? In business, every day we've been touching on fear, we've been talking on faith, we've been touching base on a lot of things that if you were naturally employed for someone else, hey bro, you know what, fuck this job, I'm out, man, I'm out. I'm just here to fucking collect a check and do my shit, right? Okay, well you're gonna get that. If you go into business and your mindset isn't, man, I'm willing to die for this dream. I'm willing to work for free. I'm willing to work 20 plus hours every single day and I get compensated. I'm willing to work until everybody that dearly loves me thinks I'm fucking crazy, right? Do that first. Like most people would tell you some, not necessarily, I'm sorry, I was about to say that's probably some bullshit, but it's not some bullshit, right? Sometimes people will take that response and give you some so there's a business way that you can look at life, right? You can go and get a to-do list and file your to-do list and then go ahead and do all the little things.
To-do list.
Right. And what I've learned early on is that to-do list in business will never end.
Right.
It's just a form of how you adapt to it, how you prioritize, how you look at different things and say, okay, is this gonna help my business or is this gonna prolong my business or is this gonna just set me back a couple of steps, right? I myself included have learned in business I'll learn every day. I hope, pray that God will continue to show me and guide me and put amazing people to help me see, right? But like the best advice that constantly comes to mind when I first started was, do you understand that this is forever? This isn't like get rich scheme kind of thing. This is something where you have to pour your whole heart into and believe and have faith. You're gonna make it. That's truly what you feel for whatever that was that you said to do. Go for it. Because no matter what comes, what obstacle comes, you're gonna find a way to make it through. Right? You're gonna find a way to like make it work. You're gonna find a way to reignite the flame. You're gonna find a way to like, you name the obstacle, you're gonna find a way. And that's only if you're driven enough to believe in yourself in that dream.
Yeah. And I feel like for my business, my podcast, like people were like, you need to charge for episodes. You need to. I was like, no. First season, I was like, no. Like this is something that I enjoy doing. This is something that I feel is helping people. I'm not going to like benefit financially from it. I don't care to financially benefit from it. Now this season I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sell like sponsor packages. I'm gonna like let me start merch, like small things. But I would do this for free for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I think like there's a cool quote that says, a man that works more than he's compensated today will be compensated more than he works tomorrow. And for me, I read like I said, I'm fortunate to be able to read a lot now. Anytime that things get tough, or anytime that things get to a point where I feel foggy in my journey, I try to really just sit there and pray and just say, okay, cool, man. Like, what is this? What is this that you're showing me? Why is it that I can't shake it? Why is it that I can't like go for it? And I think, the coolest thing, especially like right now, whenever you bring financials and stuff like that, or doing it for free, I think once you get to a point where you're all these little seeds that you keep planting, keep watering them, and guess what happens? They're gonna prosper, right? They're gonna come out, they're gonna grow, they're gonna shine, they're gonna look for everything you've been putting your little labor into, right? That's the faith, and sponsor patches, do your thing, do your thing. Like merch, do your thing. Whatever it is, just do it. Like, I think you owe it to yourself, and your audience is waiting for that shirt. You know what I mean?
So when's the merch coming?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And how else has life been? Family, everything else?
Well, look. You should go listen to episode 1 and 2 of season 2. My husband and I separated.
Oh, okay.
I moved back in with my parents.
Okay.
I have a new job. But I mean, honestly, all like positive.
Yeah, outcomes. I know they're hard. I can imagine, right? So, I mean, the what we've been touching base on, you can apply that to your personal life.
Yeah.
Have faith that things happen for a reason. The best thing that I can tell you is, like, remember the first time that we spoke, I told you about the little tattoo over my chest?
Yes.
So now if I do this, you're in, bro. Like, remember this? Only God knows why. Solo Dios sabe por qué. If y'all listen on the first one, then y'all know what's up. Solo Dios sabe por qué. Business has a unique sense to take certain life lessons from. I'm gonna listen to the episode, so I won't talk anymore about it. But without dismissing what you just said, I do want to take a second to at least tell you that things happen for a reason, and I can see you overcoming it in a great way. And for that, like, kudos to you, bro. Whatever it is. So do it for yourself. Do it for everything that you have shown me that. Have said through your journey that you're part of, right? Don't ever forget that. Yeah. Eres chingona for a reason, no?
Right.
Órale, entonces,
I'm like, just new lessons to tell the podcast about.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, man.
It's been
a
a
journey.
lot, but I mean, since the last time we spoke, you had another kid. Yeah. Thank you. I had another baby. How has that been?
It's good. This time around, so he's 4 months old. My firstborn is 4 years old, so that's a nice little gap. I will say this, man. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. I have a beautiful family. I think my wife is a real G. She's the one that's staying at home with 2 kids and like making sure that all that goes down. I think that the hardest job is to be a mom. So
It's difficult.
yeah, bro. Like you're asking me, I'm like, how is it? I'm like, fuck, bro. I got the short end of that deal. Like, I mean, she got the short end of that deal. Like she's the one that like, fuck yeah, she kills it. Like for me, I'm just a happy dad. I come home and they're like, hey, I get to have fun, and then I go to work. But they're being raised and they're being cared for and all that by her, and she's doing a dope ass job. So yeah.
Shout out to the moms.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, yes, I was kid. Do your thing. Yeah.
So, desde la última vez que nosotros hablamos,
Tienes razón. Sí, desde la única vez que nos vimos, Dios me ha dado la bendición de ser padre otra vez. Tengo otro niño, es hermoso. Creo que yo nomás veo ahorita lo bello, ¿verdad? Yo nomás llego a la casa y veo que hey, papá, ¿qué pasó? Y juego con ellos. Pero en realidad, como te estaba diciendo, en realidad merece el precio y todo eso sería mi esposa, no yo. Ella es la que va y se encarga de que ellos tengan todo lo que ellos necesiten. Ella es la que los crea, ella es la que ella hace todo por ellos, ¿verdad? Y yo admiro muchísimo lo que ella hace por nuestra familia, lo que ella hace por ellos ahorita. Si no fuera por ella, no, hombre, imagínate, ¿verdad? Ella es la que sí está echando muchísimas ganas y le está haciendo una maravilla con mis niños, nuestros niños. Así que todas las madres las quiero con todo mi corazón y chinguenle. Sí, son las más chingonas en el mundo.
we got a time check.
Oh shit. What time is it, Jose? 7:30.
Okay, we're good. I'm like, we've been talking for a really long time, and I'm
Yeah, dale.
Okay, so, since you're talking about, your wife stays at home, you're here working, we're gonna go ahead and start discussing. We had a lot of questions that had to do with what it is that you do. So, disclaimer, this is all for educational purposes.
That's true.
So let me see.
Can you bring me a little pot?
A littler pot. But before, while we get that set up, you talked a lot about your friend in your last episode.
Thank you.
Can't remember your friend's name right now, but just someone who you said was like your voice of reason when you needed it.
Right.
And so someone asked, how do you know, if someone is a true friend?
Oh wow. That's a good question. So earlier when we were talking about faith, and we were talking about how we get to have faith in good moments and all that stuff, right? Through growth, you do tend to shed friends and family even sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost some friends, some very dear friends, that I never thought would ever they were my friends.
Yeah.
Right? I never thought it would ever, family or any of that. But when it does happen, I think in the past, I used to be very, I'm still a very passionate man, and I'm still very vocal, and I'm working on controlling that, right? You meant more appropriate in the sense of how to express it.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I was not shy to ask them directly what happened. I was like, hey, why? I wouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think earlier, these are lessons, right? And they've always been there. You just never paid attention to them.
Yeah.
And for me, it was always at least for myself growth and the little what I'm continuing to do for myself today is I'm trying to put myself in their perspective and seeing like what happened that made me this point, right? Because but every time it just never ends the way that you want. That question that I keep like searching for, like how or why, I don't have an answer. I've been trying to like figure that out myself. You know, how, why did they do that if we were supposed to be friends, right?
Right.
Like why did this? Why couldn't you do this? Why couldn't you do that? Or if I was in your shoes or you're in my shoes, I would have done this. I would have
did that to you, or
yeah, exactly. Like all those things that come up, like those are valid questions, right? But what I've learned, so in 2023, this year, for my personal New Year's resolution, I decided to say that any past chip on my shoulder that I've had with people, business, personal, you name it, I was gonna let it go. It became a weight that every day got bigger, heavier, more empowered. That it became to track now the one thing that I didn't want. So I vowed to myself starting this year, and it's been hard. It's been hard to not just okay. You know what? If that happened, there's a reason for that happening. And if I don't understand or see that reason as to why right now, I'm sure down the road I will. And I have faith that God will show me why. You know, but I don't have it in my heart to be fake or you know, like ill mannered to anyone. So I feel like if God presents me with good, beautiful, quality people, I'm gonna be just the same, you know. And if they're not that way, then they bro, like karma's a bitch. I hope that you know you go out there and do your thing.
it's your business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You go if that's how you handle yourself, or you want to sit there and like you know, piss on other people, or like sit there and like throw shade, like go out of your way to like do something against someone else's well-being or triumph or growth or whatever. Like that just shows your colors. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't show you like who I am. That just shows really who you are. And like I was saying about the journey, right? When that moment spikes, that's when I typically look at God like, man, that's what's up, bro. Thank you. You know, thank you for like not making, you know, like for me right now, the raw feeling that is a business right now, right? So things don't go like I thought, or people act some shady type of fucking way or anything like that. I used to be like, damn, like, nah, man. Now I'm looking at it like, well, maybe it's a good thing we didn't do business together. Maybe it's a good thing that, you know, we didn't do what we said we were gonna do. Because if that was how you're gonna go into it out the way, I'm sure when things start to scale up and we get, you know, things aren't gonna go right, you know. And I'd rather do that with good-minded people. I'd rather grow with beautiful people. I'd rather grow with like people that are like-minded, that we want to just both win. We both want to like make better decisions so we can continue to level up and grow higher and higher and higher. And you get that with true people. You don't get that with people that are gonna ultimately, you know, fuck you. You know, like you're looking for someone that's gonna be your ally and be like, oh, like let's do this shit.
Genuine partnership.
Team. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's hard. I think that you know if there were a quick answer to that, we all wouldn't have like enemies and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? But you know, I think that there. Oh, here's another cool quote. I was about to throw. Don't let shitty people make you a shitty person. You know, so I think like even from last time that we spoke, you get a sense that for me, you know, like it's all about you know getting through the bullshit, right? Like just get there, bro. You know, if you lose people through it, or you lose friends, or you lose family, like maybe they weren't intended to be there for your journey. Maybe those people you gave them more, they would have taken more, right? So no, I believe in. Right now, my goal is this, and I pray every day to God that He'll allow me the privilege to use this. The people that really helped me and been there for me, I pray to God that He'll give me the ability to bless them beyond belief. Like just continue to bless them with everything, man. That their wildest dreams are whatever they want, they bless them. You know, because like there's very few people in this world that we can call friends. And for me, I have less than less than 5. So like, you know, like for me, there's very unique friends, and like just like at last episodes, whenever I tell you about my friend this, my friend that, fuck man, y'all know who they are, you know that. So aside from that, if they don't, then hey, it's okay, you know. Like I think that we all serve a purpose, but you know now if I'm gonna open up my whole thing to and like share who I am and like just take off the bullet of armor that we wear out there to society, right? Like yeah, that's my friend. But those are very few people, you know. Like yeah, that's my advice. And my advice is like understand we're all human, you know. And if you want to be that vulnerable and let everyone know every single thing about you, guide you, right? Do that to God, bro. Like, he'll put you with the right friends. He'll put you with the right people, you know. And if you don't like the friends he gave you because they're not cool or they're not this, I'm just saying to everyone speaking, right?
Yeah.
Like, talk to someone older than you, man. They'll tell you straight up. You know, they'll tell you straight up that that's the dumbest shit. Just because, like, when you get to a certain age in life, not age in number, but age in life experience, you'll look at people differently. And, like, you'll look at people like, you know, like, I'm just trying to be cool. You know, I don't want no drama. I don't want none of that.
I'm
So
just trying to live my life.
yeah, exactly,
like,
bro.
I'm not here for bullshit.
I'm just trying to give you a little pot, you know, like I'm just trying to like have a good time. And if you tend to genuinely grasp that same energy with someone, like that's a dope thing to do, you know. So I would say first, to your point, I think that is very difficult, right? To your second thing, yes, I think that once you do find those beautiful, beautiful friends, don't ever fucking let them go. Right? Pray, tell them every day you love them. Tell them every day that, hey man, like I appreciate you. Hey man, this is badass of you to do this. You know, don't just talk shit. You know, tell them like, hey, I just want to take a second to acknowledge you as my friend. Acknowledge you as like someone I hold dear. You know, because I'll tell you one thing, Raza, one of the main things we all do is just talk about your shit. That's all we do.
Chisme.
Yeah, but like the moment you take 1 second to look at your friend and be like, hey man, I'm trying to tell you like on some cool shit. I appreciate everything that you do for me. A la madre, ¿qué le pasaste, güey? Ya se asustó, ¿sabes? Se va a aventar de allí, ¿sabes? Pero la realidad es que hay muchas veces que cuando alguien pierde a mucha gente, y alguien pierde a alguien en su vida que nunca pensó que iba a perder, aprecias a la gente que en realidad te importa, ¿verdad? Entonces, ya sé que a mucha gente es raro y chistoso y todo eso, pero qué carreta que hacemos, ¿verdad? Pero se los digo sinceramente, si en realidad cálenlo hoy, no les va a perder, a ustedes no les va a perder nada. Y si no tienes la confianza de ver a tu amiga o a tu amigo, que alguien que en realidad quieras, y dices, hey, ¿sabes qué? Te quiero un chingo y gracias por lo que me estás haciendo, ¿eh? Gracias. No son tus amigos, bro.
Yeah. I had a friend today call me. It was like 12:30, the middle of a work day. I was in the middle of class. I could hear that he was like working in construction or whatever it is that he does. He called me and he was like, "Hey, I know you're at work. I'm at work too, but I just want to call you, let you know you're on my mind, and I'm sending you all the good vibes, and I hope you have a great day."
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the phone call. And I'm like, I live for moments like that because I know like you truly, genuinely are wishing me the best. I truly, genuinely am wishing you the best. And even if we go like days, weeks, months without talking to each other, we're good.
Yeah.
And we're friends. And that's a true relationship that like I'm not letting go of.
Right. Yeah. See? How many of those could you count?
Thank you so much.
Maybe like 5. A handful.
Right? And like, man, like, so.
Estamos hablando sobre la amistad.
Sí.
¿Cómo sabemos que realmente son tus amigos? ¿Cómo tratas a esos amigos?
Creo que lo bello de esa pregunta es de que, a ver, yo tengo muchísima fe en Dios y a como estamos hablando ahorita y seguimos hablando, la oportunidad de a veces de ver la vida como nos ha dado. Hay situaciones donde a veces las amistades que no creen que estuvieron allí o que nos iban a apoyar, que nos iban a echar ganas, que nos iban a...
Toda la vida.
Todo eso, ¿verdad? Todo lo bonito que viene con ese tema de ser amigos. Creo que lo que en realidad pasa es de lo que llega la oportunidad donde se tiene que enseñar si eso sí es o no. Y cuando no llega esa oportunidad, lo que pasa es que ahí es cuando nos duele a nosotros, ¿verdad? Dicen, no, hombre, yo pensé que ibas a hacer así, yo pensé que ibas a hacer eso, yo pensé hacer lo otro, pero en realidad es que lo que pasó no pasó. Con cualquier cosa o modo de que te fallaron, duele, ¿verdad? Y en la realidad creo que lo que tiene que pasar es que ahí Diosito nos está dando la oportunidad de ver que esa persona no era entendida para nuestro plan. Y es difícil ver que esa gente a veces no nomás son amistades, a veces es familia que a veces no te apoya como pensaste que te iba a apoyar, no te dio todo lo que tú pensaste que te necesitabas en el tema necesario para ti mismo, que una amistad estuviera para estar ahí, no llegó. Y creo que lo que a veces pasa es de que cuando uno nota esas situaciones, él se enoja. Pero lo mejor que uno puede tomar de eso es de que cuando Dios nos enseña a la gente que sí nos apoya, a la gente que sí hace todo lo que ellos pueden para ayudarte, ¿verdad? Para que en realidad te puedan ayudar, que te adoptan como familia, que te ven como alguien de ellos, cuando te tratan como igualito a los que ellos, ¿verdad? Eso es amistad. Ese es algo que yo en este tiempo en mi vida ha sido tan bendecido de ver que la gente que en realidad me va a ayudar y que en realidad quiere estar ahí por mí, lo que ellos ven es éxito, lo que ellos ven es el Oscar que es feliz, Oscar que es chistoso, Oscar fueron mis amistades reales, que yo construí familia, que ellos me han visto con miedo, ellos me han visto sin nada, ellos me han visto viéndome perdido, ¿verdad? Y ellos son los que me han ayudado, que me han dicho, hey, mira, échale ganas, hey, mira, ¿sabes qué? Velo de esta manera, hey, mira, no, pues órale, pues, ¿verdad? Es cuando te ayudan, que en realidad ves la cantidad de amistades que tienes y que eres bendecido de tener. Yo ahorita, mi gente y a todos los que me están viendo, mi meta personalmente es de que le pido a Diosito de que Él me dé la habilidad de poder bendecir a toda la gente que en realidad me ha ayudado a mí a llegar a este momento, de aquellas las bellas amistades que sí tengo, las adoro con todo mi corazón. Y les pido a ustedes que si en realidad quieren ver, como preguntaste, ¿verdad? ¿Quién es tu amistad? Y ¿qué haces? ¿Cómo juzgar si es bueno para ti o no? Pues darles un consejito, ¿verdad? Yo en esta época de mi vida creo que lo más bello es poder ver a la gente que te apoya y decirles, ¿sabes qué? Gracias por haber ayudándome en todo lo que en mi meta, en mi sueño, en mi triunfo. Gracias, y le pido a Dios que siempre te cuide y que te llene de bendiciones. Te quiero un chingo. Y si no puedes hacer eso, no, pues a lo mejor no son tus amigos, ¿verdad? Pero no es de ser ahí todos andar entre modas y ese pedo, a ver quién es el más popular. Creo que cuando alguien en realidad busca a alguien que sea una amistad, no es por algo que te den, sino por lo que ellos te han enseñado también, ¿verdad? A crecer. Cuando algo pega mal, cuando el miedo que dijimos, ¿verdad? Hablas a alguien para que te dé un consejo, hablas a alguien que para celebrar. Esa gente es bella, ¿verdad? Y díganles que les caes bien, díganles que los quieres, díganles que con ellos nada de lo que hiciéramos hubiera estado ahí sin su ayuda, apoyo más que nada. No, pues ahí vamos.
That was a good one.
Ahí vamos.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into your business.
Okay.
Someone asked, like, what is the difference between the strains? So, like, you have indica, you have sativa. What?
Oh, this little pot.
That little pot.
This. So yes, we offer a wide variety of products, and some of the products these beautiful people in the shop get to enjoy. We offer sativas, indicas, hybrids. The main difference between the three is the stimulation effect that we all get, or the entourage effect. Sativas tend to be very euphoric, very uplifting, energetic. They're great to be proactive and to do stuff with, right? And then you have indicas or in the couch, and they're very body soothing, very relaxing. Those are, believe it or not, my favorites. And there's hybrids. Hybrids are a nice blend of both. They have a different scale where they're mostly indica, they're mostly sativa. For me, if after a long day of work, the last thing I want to do is get amped up again and go do shit, right? So I like to just take the edge off and then just relax. Yeah. So for me, I like to just take the edge off. My favorite strain, man. In the shop, there's a few, you know, but all-time favorite, I say Granddaddy Purple is my all-time favorite strain. Smoke it, eat it. It's a good time, man. It's just like, to me, it's just a nice hammock ride.
Oh, yeah, I can't do sativas. Sativas make me really, like, paranoid. I get really in my head.
Oh, anxious?
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm usually a hybrid girl.
Okay.
But if I'm like, it's indica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So we carry these new gummies this one time, and just like everything that we carry, we vet everything, we test it. There's a process to the way that we do our bench quality for our products, right? Then after that, then they're available for sale and so forth. While I rarely take sativas, and there's this particular gummy that they dropped off, and like, hey man, try it. We're gonna do this. And I'm like, okay. So then one day I'm like, man, you know, I got here early. I'm like, let me see what I can do. So I took a gummy. Oh my God, the same thing I tell every single customer. I ignored. I was like, hey, you know what? If it's a brand new gummy, maybe just start with half. And
Don't take the whole thing.
yeah, you know, kind of gauge it. You know,
no.
go from there, know what you're buying. All this stuff, ignored all of it. I was like, man, I ate the gummy. I was sitting here like, I think I started sweeping in the lobby, and then I'm like, oh shit, okay, you know, like, oh, this is nice. Started sweeping, dancing, pedaling. Then I started going to the next part where I was like sweeping the outside patio. I started sweeping the whole parking lot. I started sweeping the street. I got to cross towards the park, and whenever I looked up, I had that lost, like, oh shit look in my eye. And my cousin was like, you all right? I was like, no, man, this shit ain't right. I was like, who buys this? You know, like, why would anyone buy this? And then he's all like, well, like, chill out. I was like, I can't stop fucking moving.
How are you gonna tell me to chill out?
Yeah. So I was sweeping the top of my truck, and they're like, well, fuck it, let's make a meme. I was like, oh, whatever you need, man, let's go. You know, and when it finally wore off, I was like, why? It felt like a roller coaster. And see, that's what we tell people. It felt like a roller coaster. It felt like once you clicked in, it just went.
Out.
Yeah, it just went. And now, if you enjoy everything I described, we have those for you. It's just, man, it was amazing. It was a humbling experience, and like, just like, I mean, you've been here since we've been here today, right? Like, everyone that comes in, they have a blast. They couldn't wait to hear you and to come. I had everyone yesterday was stopping by, like, who is she? Where's this podcast from? Yeah, how do I follow her? All this stuff, man. So I'm really excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited. You shared a little bit of what I missed, but I can definitely tell you that if you're here today, right, you're working your way through it.
Yeah.
And that being said, kudos to you, man. I'm really happy for you. I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you're sitting here, empowered, smiling, doing what you believe is right, right? So, do your fucking thing.
I'm trying. I'm doing it.
There you go. Okay.
So, la diferencia entre. ¿Cómo se dice en español?
Oh, lo que vendo, las diferencias entre las diferentes clasificaciones de, ok, ahí se les puso raro, ¿verdad? Vendo de los de cannabis. Entonces lo que tenemos en la tienda es que vendemos, por lo que no saben está bien, ¿verdad? Nosotros también aprendemos, se llama sativa, que es una clasificación de cannabis que vendemos en la tienda, y esa le da a la persona el efecto de sentirse más alegre, con más energía, va a tener más ánimo. Y todo eso es diferente a todos, o sea, nada de esto es at first I thought it was lawsuit. I was like, none of this shit is a professional experience. I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. I was like, I just started legal going about like, hold on. The disclaimer right out the gate. I am not a legal physician. I am not a doctor, an attorney, or anything remotely other than my full honest opinion. Y en español, sinceramente más mi opinión personal. Nada de lo que estoy diciendo es legal o no soy doctor. No tengo licencia para practicar, para darles a ustedes consejos profesionales. Entonces lo que estoy hablando hoy es mi opinión personal, y vendemos activas que en mi opinión dan el efecto de sentirse más alegre, a trabajar más rápido, de tener más sentido de enfocarse en una tasca que uno quiera. Y luego también vendemos clasificaciones se llaman índicas, y esas índicas tienen el efecto de se siente más relajado. Cuando uno suspira y en realidad ya se quiere tirar los zapatos y relajarse, esa es esa planta. Luego se llaman hybrids, que depende de cómo se crecieron, tiene un poquito de las dos formas, sativa y índica. Y lo bello o lo más popular de esas plantas es que se adaptan a la situación o en lo que estén haciendo. Para mí personalmente, a mí me gustan las índicas, prefiero sentirme más relajado, con tanto siempre pensando y siempre haciendo. Creo que lo que me gustaría a mí es más relajarme y decir, ok, ya puedo respirar, ¿verdad? Y las índicas me hacen hacer eso, me relajan. Si me fueras a preguntar cuál fuera mi sabor de especial, o el que me gusta más, sería el Granddaddy Purple. Ese para mí es una buena experiencia. ¿Qué pasó?
Let me see. Recommendations for beginners?
For cannabis?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's a good question. So I constantly use my beautiful cousin Melly. She is traumatized from what I did to her in Colorado. So I treat new customers with that same now, like, oh shit, maybe it's too much, right? Yeah. So I would say if you're a beginner, definitely start small, work your way up, right? Whatever it is, whether it's a smokable, whether it's an edible, whether it's a concentrate, which if you're a beginner, nah, bro, don't even go there, but, or bro wet, I know, it's just a term, but I would say definitely start first with flower, start with something that's not a concentration of THC or CBD, well, just CBD, THC. I mean, if you do CBD-based products, I think that they're all fairly mild. They're a great way for you to start. Friendly. Yeah, very beginner friendly, very medicinal friendly. I think that the most, sometimes the lack of education surrounding THC and CBD products is that one works and one doesn't. And, I think that is a misconception in my opinion. I think that for beginners, I would try to see first if it's a recreational or a medicinal outlet. If it's a medicinal outlet, definitely try with CBD first. It's intended to help you. It's just not the high, right? If you want a little kick to it or a little pop, then yeah, like try the recreational. If you come to the shop, we have very qualified bartenders here where they'll help you, guide you, and they'll show you in reality, what we recommend based on what you experience and so forth. We're not licensed physicians, we're not doctors, we're just sharing our experience and what we think that helps or works. En español, si tienen miedo y hay un poquito tímido o no saben dónde empezar, creo que lo mejor que hacer es empezar poquito y luego seguir dándole poquito más sobre si ser una gomita. Si ustedes vienen y nos visitan, aquí tenemos se llaman bartenders y ellos están especializados para que les ayuden a ver qué les ayudaría a ustedes con el nivel de lo que han experimentado con cannabis. Si estuviéramos hablando ahorita abiertos y ustedes me preguntan, no, pues yo nunca lo hago y en realidad tengo problema de dormir o me duelen los huesos, yo les recomendaría CBD, para empezar, especialmente para dormir y para algo mínimo, ¿verdad? Si ustedes dicen, no, pues sabes que ya calé CBD, no me ayudó y no hizo nada, ok, pues sabes que a lo mejor que ponerle poquito de Little Pot ahí, a ver qué sí puede ya llegar a ayudar.
Yeah.
Todos somos completamente diferentes y en realidad depende de a qué modo o forma lo queramos usar o usar esa bella planta. Todos somos únicos, pero si alguien fuera a empezar, les empezaría yo, empiecen con CBD y luego de CBD a THC y de THC, ahí hay diferentes niveles de que uno puede escoger y aquí estamos para ayudarlos a averiguar cuál sería eso.
Another question that was asked was, what kind of edibles do you have here available?
Oh man, so all of them. We have a wide variety and selection of edibles, drinks, and now we're so honored and pleased to be able to. We've officially, at the beginning of this year, opened our B2B channel to where we partner and collaborate with other small business owners in the community, and we like to showcase them and add a little pot to it, right? So, for instance, our Rice Krispie treats, those are 100 milligrams of THC with a little pot in it. And those are an amazing treat. If you want to wash those down, we got a little sea moss now, a little good juju juice, and those are sea moss infused drinks with a little pot. Both of those products are available at the shop any time that we're open, and we're not only blessed and honored to not only showcase other small business owners in the community, but finally work and help everyone else grow, right? So it's everyone that's interested in our menu, that's interested in what we carry, whatever you're interested in terms of us. I strongly urge you, stop on by. If you're in the community figuring out how you can have a little pot, now you can. Now you can definitely drop an inquiry or reach out to us and seeing how we can brainstorm and getting a little pot into your business. So thank you. Yeah.
I didn't know about the juice.
Yeah, that good juju's. Yeah, man, that good juju's. That's good.
La pregunta fue qué tipo
De gomitas vendemos en la tienda y vendemos de todos tipos, todos niveles, y más que nada en al principio de este año estamos tan llenos de excitement. ¿Cómo se dice? No, hombre, ya nos trabamos los dos. Estamos llenos de...
I think my pen's starting.
No, hombre, es el Little Pot, pero estamos llenos y felices más que nada de decirles que ya abrimos la oportunidad para trabajar con otros dueños de negocios y darles la habilidad de tener a Little Pot en cualquier cosa que ellos quieran vender. Dos de las personas que estamos tan apreciados y de tener en la tienda se llaman, la primera compañía se llama Vegan Treats, y lo que ellos hacen es ellos hacen treats, ¿verdad? Y ahora tenemos un Rice Krispie treat que tiene a Little Pot en él, y si quieren dormir bien, suavecitos, aquí vengan, ahí denle una prueba a ellos, ¿verdad? Y también ahora la otra compañía se llama Juju, y a esa vendemos bebidas con poquita Little Pot. Cada bebida también no nomás tiene THC, pero sí también tiene propiedades para que uno se sienta más saludable. Están hechos con CMOS y eso, incluyendo nosotros, es nuevo de aprender, ¿verdad? Y no es nomás la Little Pot, pero sí ayuda en que te refresque, te cleante, te ayude con los pulmones. Hay tremenda información en los beneficios de CMOS. Entonces estamos muy agradecidos y excited. No, hombre, en los comments I'm gonna kill it.
Oh my God.
Ahí con el Google Translate. Pero estamos bien afortunados de que ellos ahora están aquí en la tienda cuando quieran venir a ver. Aquí tenemos las dos compañías para que puedan apoyar y seguir ayudando a que todos crezcamos como debemos de crecer. Lo que iba a terminar es que ahorita quiero tomar la oportunidad a todos los que ustedes quieran saber lo que vendemos, qué tipo de cosas vendo o hacemos. Les doy la oportunidad de que por favor nos vengan a visitar. Aquí todos somos familia y estamos alegres para que ustedes vengan y tengan preguntas o dudas para que les ayudemos en escoger el producto apropiado para cada de ustedes. Más que nada también estamos alegres de al fin decirles que si hay otros negocios que quieran tener poquita Little Pot con ellos, ustedes, por favor, en nuestra webpage o en nuestra Instagram, que al fin de este episodio les vamos a decir, ahí por favor, pregúntenos para ver si podemos solicitar una cita, a ver cómo les podemos ayudar también y hacer un producto de ustedes con poquita Little Pot.
Do you have any other closing words that you want to add before we start putting in your socials in there?
I think the most beautiful thing about today, alongside being able to journey and help your dream and giving me the blessing to be part of your show, is that we touched on faith, we touched on overcoming obstacles, we touched on defining who your friends are, right? And I think a lot of those three different things, and part of other things that we talked about is, for me, the self-growth is important, right? And listen to the journey. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I've been very blessed to have a lot of beautiful people around me that believe in me. And I'm fortunate to call them family. Just because we're at this particular point today does not mean that it's been an easy road.
Right.
I've had my own fair share of losing friends, losing family, losing people that I thought would be here for me and aren't. But all it's done is that it showed me who really is here for me and for my future. And if God's gonna give me the beautiful privilege to bless those, then that's what it's worth it, So to you, everyone watching, don't lose faith. And if you are fortunate enough to see the blessing of the people God has put into your immediate circle to help you, don't lose them, right? And then tell every single person that you genuinely care for. Tell them that you care for them. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you appreciate them being there for you. If you can do those few things, everything else should just be part of life. It's not easy, but it should be just part of life. And a little pot helps.
A little pot helps.
La pregunta en español era que si ya ahora que vamos a cerrar, ¿qué sería lo último que quiero decir? Y creo que lo que hemos tocado en estos temas, en lo que hemos estado ahorita, es teniendo fe, teniendo la habilidad de reconocer quién en realidad son tus amigos y cómo ver los obstáculos que Dios nos ha dado, ¿verdad? Y como yo les quiero decir, como les ha dicho en todo este segmento, es que estoy bendecido. Yo le doy gracias a Dios diario que me ha enseñado quién en realidad es mi familia, quién en realidad son las personas que son bellas. Me han enseñado que sí hay amistades, de vida, que sí hay algo que tienes que apreciar y valorar lo que tienes, ¿verdad? Si les puedo decir a todos los que están viendo ahorita, toma el segundo para ver las bendiciones que Dios te ha dado diario. Porque si Dios te quita algo de lo que ahorita estás renegando, mañana sería peor. ¿Verdad? Entonces, si Dios te ha dado la habilidad de decir, sabes que estas son las personas que te voy a enseñar que en realidad no son buenas para ti, ok, déjalo que te enseñe cómo todo debe de pasar, porque en realidad la belleza que uno tenemos ahorita es la bendición de estar aquí. Hay tantas maldades en este mundo para que uno se pueda tomar en realidad lo que tenemos que triunfar, que luchar. Esa bendición es de tener a la gente que en realidad te apoya contigo y seguir siguiendo, creciendo, pero les tienes que decir, ¿verdad? Y especialmente con uno de los que estén viendo a uno mismo, ten fe en ti, no te dudes. Y chingale hasta que puedas, porque desde que se puede, mi gente, se puede. Y en eso estamos, ¿verdad? Esta bella vida es una lección para nosotros. Y todos pues, vamos a leer el libro y ese libro se va a acabar. Pero tenemos la habilidad, la bendición de Dios de tomar la percepción, de verla en el modo que uno quiera. Verla alegre, verla bendecido y verla con la esperanza de que todo va a llegar a ser bueno. Todo va a salir bien, todo se puede, y más que nada, si Dios nos dio vida, es por algo.
Amen.
Gracias to everyone watching. Good?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. To everyone watching, I'm deeply humbled and honored for you guys to listen to my little pot and my story and my dream for a second time. We're so fortunate to now be able to fully disclose our new address. It's 1417 Richmond Avenue, Houston, Texas. Please, we're open every day, Wednesday through Sunday from noon to 9, and we are so extremely grateful and thankful to welcome you, any of you, to come into our shop. You can reach us on Instagram at Little Pot CBD. You can reach us on the web at littlepotcbd.com. Aside from that, it's been a blessing and a beautiful pleasure to see you again.
Thank
Gracias,
you for having me.
Gracias.
All right.
Gracias. Thank you.
Everybody, make sure you follow them, make sure you check out the website, and make sure you come get a little pot.
Thank you. Bye, guys.